It was a bad hunt. For southeast Missouri, it's about as timber hunting like as you can get.
Woo! Boy, that deer's gonna be good this afternoon, let me tell you what. That was a mixed bag right there.
And even in the worst of times, you're still gonna have ducks, and I think this episode is a great testament of that.
So the Willow Hole. This hole has simply made our duck season. And I remember back in the summertime, me and Eric sitting in it, just debating on whether it's gonna work or not. Are we gonna have to put a permanent spread out? Are the ducks gonna use it? But the one big game changer here was we put Area 3 into a refuge. And Area 3, if you don't know it, it's one of the most duckiest looking places on earth. It's buckbrush, it's flooded corn, it's willow trees, and then you got the 40-acre patch of willows. That's basically the same body of water. It's the most natural looking hole in the place, but we've always hunted the other smaller holes, in that willow patch. We've never tried the hole that it seemed that always the ducks had always pitched on. So like I said, we didn't know if we were gonna put a permanent spread, if the ducks were gonna swim into it. We had no idea, but we just knew that this hole was a natural hole. It had a ditch running through it where we could keep it open, ice eaters, all that. So we knew we had to try it.
I was nervous about hunting it because we'd never really tried to hunt it, not put any sort of emphasis on hunting it. And what it allowed us to do, we by leaving that in refuge, we just had a ton of ducks. And these ducks have been sitting in here for 20 days, all in the trees. Used to, you'd flood it and they'd never sit in there. Didn't matter if you hunted it, you didn't hunt it, did. We cut a boat lane and took an old ag ditch. And so you'll see in the hole, there's an old ag ditch in there about 4 foot deep from where this farm was in ag, in the 90s, 80s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. And that was a ditch that drained the farm. So we found that ditch and we're now using that as a boat lane. But this was the year where I had enough confidence that I had the woods clean enough, the buckbrush clean enough. And I was just down here by myself one day with the excavator operator. I'm like, man, come help me for a second. And I drove some posts to put a blind in there. And then next thing you know, we're just going to hunt it. We're going to try it. And it's exciting. And it worked. The first day we hunted, it was absolutely insane. It was just a buddy hunt.
Yeah.
Somebody got bullets? Yeah, come on.
This ain't no youth hunt, dog. Daddy gets to shoot his gun today.
It's Thanksgiving Day, it's opening day, and the crew is full charge, as you can tell. And like I said, we've never hunted this hole. We don't know what to expect. We know that there has been ducks using it, but as far as putting the decoys out, what trees to sit on, we're basically going into the dark here.
Serious, too serious out here. You're probably about to get gar hole opening day, reality side of it. We're gonna see. Eric's probably gonna be ready to leave at 7:30. I'm gonna follow him up about 9. You gotta go and get.
Right here in the hole.
Hey, Gerald, that'll stop.
Yes, sir.
More would have came if we would have just let
there more coming?
Oh yeah.
What?
I was waiting for you to wait.
How many was there?
About 15 of them hit.
Well, man, you should have said. I didn't. Well, the last time before, you guys were like, what are we waiting on?
At that time, I mean, I get.
What, did we kill all of them?
Oh yeah.
How many are there?
5?
5?
Yeah, we got 5 mallards.
All right.
Get on down in there, Jeremy.
Look at the feathers.
I mean, buddy. Right. Woo! Boy, that deer's gonna be good this afternoon. Let me tell you what. That was a mixed bag right there, big dog.
I mean, it only took about 30 minutes, but the first 30 minutes was absolute chaos. So the variety of ducks that were coming in there. That's the best thing about the willows is the teal will come in there. The wood ducks are so lousy, and just the mallards and just all coming in together, and gadwall and widgeon. It was crazy. Just, you know, 50, 30, 40, 50, 100 ducks at a time coming in the hole, but just a total mix of species. It was just insane, and it was a lot of traffic, but it was just a huge reward for me. I've been killing myself for 5 years in there and felt like I was getting nowhere, but you just go in there in the summer and it's beautiful, and you just think, man, this should work.
Hey guys, we're going to be giving away a designated puller. You guys have seen these in multiple videos. We use these just about every single day of duck season. You cannot go out duck hunting on glass water. You're going to waste your time and you're going to educate ducks. The designated puller is an automatic jerk cord. It puts ripples in your decoy spread that ducks see a long ways away. I fly the drone enough to know this thing is very effective. So all you got to do is subscribe to DayBreak's channel and comment below, and we'll be giving away this in a couple weeks, so good luck. It was just a bad hunt. You know, for southeast Missouri, it's about as timber hunting like as you can get. And I think all the guides were excited to be in there this year and kill ducks with clients. The clients are gonna love it. And you would just watch those ducks get up off the refuge, you know, kind of right in front of us where we were sitting. You'd watch waves get up, and all of a sudden they start circling and circling, and you know, we'd peel 4 or 5 out of it and shoot. And then 10 minutes later, the same thing would happen. And we're like, boy, I think we can ditch the thought of the decoy spread, the permanent decoy spread.
Shane and Gerald were kind of beside themselves, but Gerald was, at one point I look over and Gerald's 7 foot from his tree standing in the middle of the hole and ducks are landing around him, and I'm like, man, you're gonna have to scoot in here. They're seeing you. And he was just, you know, and on. It was fun to watch that. He was pretty amped up, but Shane was charged. It was just a pretty fun day. It wasn't the most efficient hunt, but we still got done really quickly and got out of there, but it's exciting.
I mean, there's 3 on the water.
Hope you go down way and come down there.
Huh?
Get him. Here, Gerald, come stand here.
You know, like we said, that everything was new to us. So us setting up on the wrong side of the hole, it's just something that we learned. And we consistently learned something new every time we hunted that hole. But we just had a little bit of a north wind making those ducks come in on the south side, and they were kind of swinging over our left shoulder and swinging away from us as we were shooting. So stubborn us, we finally packed our bags up and went over on the other side of the hole. And luckily that was my time to shoot, and I got to see a show. You know, it was nice to see the ducks coming into you. And so we learned, north wind, you got to sit on the blind side of the hole, not where we were sitting.
Yeah, Dad.
Come on.
Oh! Hurry up now.
That'll stop.
One on your left, one on your left.
One on your left there.
Woo! That was fun. Is that it?
Golly.
Is that it? You got to get on 4?
I killed my 2, so.
How many you got, Daryl? I missed.
Well,
You got
killed
lemon?
2. No, you had to kill one.
2. Yeah, the hen.
Okay. Do you need one more?
Yeah.
All right, so we've been working on this spot for 3 or 4 years now, and it was just overgrown buckbrush, just 12 foot tall through the whole woods. Nothing, you couldn't see the water. So anyways, this is a buckbrush patch out here, and then last windstorm blew a couple trees down right here on the edge and cleaned them up. And pretty much you got to come in here every summer and clean all the dead logs up. But anyhow, this is our first hunt and it's gonna work. So it's 7:15 and we're done. So pretty exciting. We kind of set up on the wrong side, but we were worried about the sun because we thought we were gonna have to hunt till 9 or 10 or 11, you know, once the sun got up. So we stayed on that side, and we'd been over here, it'd have been a little better, but it just goes to show you patience and a little bit of creativity. You can turn a pretty patch of woods into good. This 40 acres of willows, and it was literally just great big buckbrush, but the water's starting to shine, and as the further you go in at frost, all these dead limbs and junk organic matter is just going to sink to the bottom, so it should get shinier. Pretty cool morning. We're done. 5 on some mallards. They finished good. We're still trying to come in.
Orders for me now?
Huh?
Yeah, your orders for me now?
Well, let me tell you what. Old Eric was saying we wasn't sitting on the right side, saying they was seeing me, even though 40 of them was landing in their decoys. But, you know, I sat back and gave them a little toot. And boys, put the hammer on. Yeah, I messed it up too.
We're going to have to, I put gravel all around these post trees. It's going to have to be.
Yeah, I think they're going to be like in little pockets.
Then they're gonna want to land.
We permanent spread it, but that's the problem, is you got to remember that line.
I think the problem we're going to have is trying to keep going down that road and put us on it.
I think I do.
Big time.
Hanging them up. Well, that line is killing. You just work and work and work, and then all of a sudden, you know, you just can't quit, you know, and that's what everybody doesn't understand is they get these duck holes or buy these farms and they go in and they do all this work the first year and then they lose, not interest, but they lose, man, that's just going to cost me money. It's just, you know, you have to keep going until they're done. It gets better every year, and this is by far our best season. We had less hunters and killed more ducks by choice, and it just goes to show you that, you know, they're talking about, man, there's not any ducks and there's not, you know, the world, you know, nobody's killing any. It just, if you manage your pressure and give these ducks just a safe place to go and to live and just not be on them, right on the X all the time, it makes a huge difference in keeping the ducks around. And, you know, it helps our neighbors in our, you know, and that's why I'm all about, like, man, all these guys like, well, our neighbor's food don't look very good. We're going to have a good duck season. Our duck season is going to be better than theirs. That's not necessarily how this game works. You know, you want everybody in your area to have awesome habitat. That's how it's going to be good. Your neighbor, the neighbor's neighbor, like everybody, you want them to have good habitat because it makes a difference. And it can be one little tweak on a hole or one little tweak on a farm that makes a spot that you weren't even hunting a great spot or a great second spot or maybe even the best spot on the farm. It's just this episode and this season in the Willow Hole and just this season at Eagle's Nest is a great testament not to quit, not to be content on what you have, because yeah, there are probably less ducks in the country and there's probably less ducks in the world, but if you manage your ground and you take care of your ducks and you treat your farm like it should be treated, you're going to be okay. And even in the worst of times, you're still going to have ducks. And I think this episode is a great testament to that.